HarperCollins presents Barry Loser, The Trouble with Pets by Barry Loser. Spell checked by Jim Smith. Read by Huw Parmenter. Barry Loser and The Trouble with Pets. Thing on cover always happens to Jim Smith. Sausage Dog. As far back as I can remember, I've always wanted a sausage dog. They're like two of my favourite things squished together, a sausage and a dog. Here are some other pets I've always wanted. Pizza cat, cheeseburger hamster, spaghetti bolognese stick insect. I don't think any of those exist though. If I did get a sausage dog, I'd teach it some amaze-keel tricks. Fetching the remote control, acting like a footstool, being a hairy skateboard. But first, I've got to badger Mum about it non-stop until she buys me one, which is what this story is about. Chapter 1. 2. It all started a couple of weeks ago when I saw a poster stuck to a lamppost on Mogden High Street. The poster said, "Sausage dog for sale. Call Gladys Huw on 555-1485 for more info." "Look, Mum," I said, pointing at the poster. We were walking home from school, which is something I usually do with my best friends Bunky and Nancy, except this time my mum had dragged me into Mogden town to do some boring old shopping instead. She stopped pushing the buggy, which had my little brother, Desmond Loser II, strapped inside it, and peered at the poster. "Gladys Huw?" chuckled my mum, carrying on walking. "That's a funny old name, isn't it?" I thought about reminding my mum that her surname was Loser, and how before she'd married my dad, it had been Harumpadunk. But I had more important things to be getting on with than that. I opened my mouth and got ready to do some serious badgering. Operation Badger. Have you noticed how, when you're thinking about something a lot, like sausages and dogs for example, they keep popping up everywhere you look? That's what started happening next. We'd only walked as far as the next lamppost when what did I see but a totally normal, boring old dog weeing up against it. "Check it out," I said, starting to badger my mum. "A little doggy having a wee-wee. Do you know what that reminds me of?" My mum peered down at me. "Do you need the toilet, Barry?" she asked. "No, Mum, I don't need the toilet," I sighed, and we carried on walking until we got to Bruce the butcher's and I spotted a string of plastic sausages hanging up in the window. "Oh my unkeelness," I said, pointing at the fake bangers. "Plastic sausages. Can you guess what they make me think of, Mum?" My mum gave me a funny look, like she thought I was trying to tell her I needed a poo or something. "Half a dozen sausages, please, Bruce," she said to the butcher. "Mum," I said, trying to get her attention. "What, Barry?" snapped my mum. "Well," I said, "you know how you're buying sausages right now?" "Just get to the point," sighed my mum. "I want a sausage dog," I cried. Bruce the butcher handed my mum her sausages. "That's a $5 for you, losers," he said, doing a wink. "No chance," said my mum. But I don't think she was talking to Bruce. We walked out to the butcher and started heading home. "Looking forward to the disco, Barry?" asked my mum, because it was the Mogden School Valentine's Day disco tonight. "Yeah, I suppose," I said, wondering if I should give up badgering her for a sausage dog and try for a spaghetti bolognese stick insect instead. School disco. "Barry!" cried Bunky, as I walked into Mogden School Hall 9 trillion hours later. Coloured lights were flashing round the edge of the room, and music was blaring out of the 2 ginormous speakers. Balloons bounced around the dance floor, and a black box hanging off the ceiling pumped purple clouds of smoke into the air. In the corner of the hall, standing behind a table, was Mrs. Dongle, the school secretary. "This is DJ Dongles coming at you on the 1s and 2s, she warbled into a microphone. Then she pressed a button on her music player and the Future Rat Boy theme tune started playing through the speakers. Future Rat Boy, in case you didn't know, is my all-time favourite TV show. It's all about this kid who gets zapped to the future and transformed into a half-boy, half-rat, half-TV.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?